So in today's tutorial, we're going to be teaching you guys how to invest in SBC fodder. We're going to be talking about when to go and invest in SBC fodder, what ratings to buy, when you should be buying them, and yeah, just sort of indications. But before we do start this, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily trading guide for free with Amazon Prime over on my Twitch. Over there, again, you can subscribe for free of Amazon Prime if not, it's £5, €5, or $6. For that, you do get yourself daily updated, no, wrong thing. You get yourself daily updated investment guides, daily updated data on silver trading, daily updated data on shallow trading to help you guys if you want to make coins instantly, or if you want to go and buy stuff and hold on to it for a while. So in today's video, we are going to be answering the age-old question about how to invest in fodder. We'll talk a little bit about the cycles, we're going to talk a little bit about the ratings, we're talking about, depending on the week, what is best to go and invest in. And yeah, so on. Basically, this should be a video which should be applicable all through the year unless EA go and really change their trends and when they drop SBCs. So first off, let's go talk a little bit about low-rated fodder and what the trends we see with low-rated fodder are. Well, we're just going to talk a little bit about the lows and the highs. So the low point, and what we've got right here is just only 84 rated fodder. She hasn't gone out of patch or anything like that. So let's go and have a look at what the trends are. So the first trend is that she was the cheapest on the Sunday. The second trend is that she was the highest on the Wednesday. She then held price and then was cheapest, I guess, on the Monday slightly, then was the most expensive on the Wednesday, then was the cheapest on the Sunday, then was the most expensive on the Wednesday, then kind of held through to Sunday, then rose up to Wednesday, and since then she has dropped. So what can we see with these 84s? Well, we can see with 84s consistently the highest price they'll go and be is a Wednesday. We can also see that the lowest price they'll be is either a Sunday or they just won't drop over the weekend. So what is the what is the difference? How come some weeks we see them go from a Wednesday and hold price to the following Wednesday? Yes, how come sometimes we see them drop from a Wednesday to a Sunday? Well, this is completely subjective on the SBCs we get. Sometimes we'll go a weekend with well-demanded SBCs, sometimes we'll go a weekend without well-demanded SBCs. So for example, again I'm going to go and grab what the content is currently out, but obviously it can be applicable to whenever you're looking at these. So for example, last weekend, on the Friday, we went and got ourselves Rafinha. And despite him being relatively downvoted, he was actually done quite a lot. And because it was done quite a lot, what that meant is that 84 rateds on the Wednesday, when they normally would go down, actually held value and they didn't drop whatsoever. This again occurred because he was just a well-demanded SBC, meaning people were putting their fodder into him. But this week we've got ourselves a Musiala. And again, it doesn't matter on what players, all you got to do is identify if they're well-demanded or not. This week we've got Musiala, and we can see, because we've got Musiala, we can see that she's down from 4k down to 2.8k. Because she's not a well-demanded, because he's not a well-demanded SBC. So if you get a well-demanded SBC on the Friday, the cheapest time to go and buy fodder will be when that SBC is dropped. Although if we don't get ourselves a well-demanded SBC, the cheapest time to go and buy fodder consistently is a Sunday, and a Sunday. And you're going to see this quite a lot through the trends. So let's move on to 85s and have a little look at 85s. So the cheapest they were on the Sunday. They then went and peaked up, they then rose to a Wednesday. Then they actually never dropped over the weekend and rose from Wednesday all the way through to Wednesday again. We can then see they were kind of low till Sunday, then rose to the Wednesday, then kind of held till Sunday, and then rose to the Wednesday, Tuesday. So we can basically see the exact same trends with the 85s. The cheapest times to go and buy were on a Sunday, and the highest they were each week was on a Wednesday. Every now and again we got a week where they didn't go and drop on the Wednesday, drop to the Sunday, and that's because we would have had a well-demanded SBC. So for example, 2 weeks ago we had a Routier total rush card, and obviously last week we had Rafinha. But this week, due to it being a non-well-demanded SBC, they're going to keep dropping, and they're going to keep dropping till the Sunday. So again, we can see the exact same thing here with Carvajal. The cheapest he was on a Sunday. He then proceeded to rise to Wednesday. This week he rose to a Friday, then was low until Sunday, then proceeded to rise to a Wednesday, then was low until Sunday, then proceeded to rise to a Wednesday, then was holding till Sunday, and then rose to Tuesday. So now that we're moving on to some of these more expensive cards, we're seeing slightly different trends. So for example, we can see that let's go to the 84s. So for example, with the 84s, we can see that they were most expensive on the Wednesday. But we can especially see right here with the 86s that they're the most expensive on the Tuesday. So why were the 84s most expensive on the Wednesday and above 84 is most expensive on the Tuesday. This is because on the Wednesday, EA used to give us hero and icon SBCs, but now what EA is doing is they're giving us cheap party bag SBCs. Well, the relevance of this is that the cheap party bag SBCs aren't requiring 85s, 86s, 87s. Meaning what happens is because the market traditionally peaks on the Wednesday, and then they're not needed on the Wednesday, they go down in price. Whereas the 84s, because they normally peak on the Wednesday, but they are needed, they're able to hold. So if I can go and grab you the party bag we went and got last week, we can go and show you it's this right here. We had an 83 rated squad needing an inform and an 82 rated squad needing 84s. So you can see the 84s are needed here, and because you need an inform in this squad, 84s were also used there. So, as you can see, there's no reason for 85s to be needed, no reason for 86s to be needed. And because FODDER traditionally drops from the Wednesday, then people went and sold them, which is why, I mean, they weren't too bad. You know, they were 13.5 on the Tuesday, 12.3 on the Wednesday. So it wasn't too bad, but you can see that they're down. And that's kind of a consistent theme. We can see, again, the normal trend where these are the cheapest on the Saturday, Sunday, rose to the Wednesday, dropped there to the Sunday, rose there to the Wednesday, dropped there to the Saturday, Sunday, rose there to the Tuesday. So for the high rated cards, the trend used to be that they peaked on the Wednesday, but now that they've changed the format, they now peak on the Tuesday. So hopefully we can take away so far is that FODDER across the board is normally always cheapest on the Sunday. Sometimes it doesn't drop, sometimes it just holds, but even if it holds, normally they'll still rise to the Tuesday, Wednesday. Low rated FODDER, unless they change their trends, so 84s, rises to the Wednesday. Stuff above an 84 rises to the Tuesday. So again, we can go and show you this with even more high rated. So again, we can see peaked up there on the Tuesday, went down there to the Sunday. Peaked up there on the Tuesday, went down there to the Sunday. Peaked up there on the Tuesday, went down there to the Sunday. Peaked up there on the Tuesday, went down there to the Sunday. So again, we're seeing Sunday being the cheapest, Tuesday being the highest on the high rateds. Sadly, 90 rateds didn't really have any money on them. You can see like he goes down to 34, up there to 36, but nonetheless it's the same trend. Cheapest on there on the Saturday, peaked up there on the Tuesday, cheapest there on the Saturday, peaked up there on the Tuesday, cheapest again should hopefully drop through to Saturday. So again, your investing times on this FODDER is going to be, in my opinion, early morning Sunday. Early morning Sunday is going to be your investing time on FODDER, and again this will happen every single week unless EA start changing what the trends are. Now, I'll release an updated video for this every month to keep you guys updated if there are any trends, but at least for the month of, what are we in now? November? This should be your trend, that you're going to go and buy FODDER on a Sunday and then going to go and sell it on a Tuesday, although if it's very low rated like 84s, you can get away with selling it on the Wednesday. So that goes and covers what happens to gold FODDER. Let's talk a little bit about what is the best gold FODDER to go and buy, because some weeks we get a hero SBC, and some weeks, if I have it up, we get an icon SBC. So actually, depending if we're on a hero SBC week or an icon SBC week, depends on what FODDER normally performs the best. So you can see with the hero SBC you need an 84, an 85 and an 86. And you can see with an icon you need an 85, an 86, an 86 and an 87. So in an icon SBC week, what performs best is slightly higher rated than what performs best in a hero SBC week. So how do we know what week we're in? Well, if I go and have a little look at the current SBCs, we can basically see what week we're currently in, and then what they do is they just alternate. So we go into a different one. So right now, if I go look at the upgrade SBCs, I can see right now we are in an icon week. And in an icon week, your best performing FODDER is anything from an 84 all the way up to an 87. But in a hero week, because there is significantly lower rated FODDER, the best stuff to go and buy is an 84 all the way through to an 86. This is because you can see that 87s and 88s aren't really needed in hero weeks. Because they aren't really needed in hero weeks, you don't see them rising as well. They can still rise for some of the player SBCs, but because they're not needed in compilation of the player SBCs and the hero SBC, they don't do as well, whereas they can do a lot better on an icon week. In fact, FODDER in general performs better on a icon week than it does perform on a hero week. So that's just something to bear in mind. So that is kind of golds covered. Again, hopefully we've covered that quite nicely. The next thing to go and cover is Team of the Weeks. Now, as of last week, Team of the Weeks discard Team Weeks are now starting to fluctuate quite nicely. This is because they're being needed, hopefully, enough for the SBCs. Now, last week we did go and see both Heroes and Icon SBCs at the same time, which we won't see anytime in the future. But nonetheless, it does show that that discard Team of the Weeks is starting to get rare. We can see last week they went there from 10.4 up there to 12.5. And what is the trend with these? Well, you won't believe it. They are the cheapest on the Sunday, and they peak on the Wednesday. So that is the second trend you can go into. You can do that with the golds, and you can do that with the informs. But there's actually slightly different trends for team of the weeks that are high rated. So if I go and show you this right here, we can see that Kovacic has just done nothing but rise. We can see that Horan has done nothing but rise. We can see that 88s have done nothing but rise. And we can see that 86s have done nothing but rise. So they keep on rising every single day. Well, this doesn't follow the gold trend. So how do we work out what happens with informs? Well, informs is all about analysing what we've just had as a team of the week and then what we're going into as a team of the week. So if I go and load up the last team of the week we had and the next team of the week that we have, this is the sort of stuff you want to go and have a little look at. So last week, it might even be better if I go and load up 2 weeks ago because, yeah, this is probably a better comparison. So this week, we've gone and got ourselves, if we go and look at the FODDER team of the week, we've got ourselves 184 rated team of the week. We've got ourselves 186 rated team of the week, but not even really. We've got ourselves 285 rated team of the week and 187 rated team of the week. Again, yes, there is Kante, yes, there is Openda, but they're not FODDER. Because they're not FODDER informs, you don't really count it. So really this week at the moment we've got 184, 285s and an 87. Well, what you can see is well, due to the lack of FODDER, anything probably 87 rated and above is probably going to do quite well because there's no high rated FODDER in this week. So as you can see, all the high rated team of the weeks from last week did really, really well. And the reason they all did really, really well is because they're needed for SBCs, but there's none currently in the team of the week. And because there's none currently in the team of the week, you know, they do very well. So how do we go and buy SBC FODDER? Well, how we go and buy, high rated team of the week FODDER. How we go and buy high rated team of the week FODDER is basically, you've got to wait until there's a team of the week where there's a bit of FODDER in packs. So Rod, I think, is a great example. You can see right there, she's literally the only high rated FODDER. Therefore, she should be a great example. Now, Rod should again be the cheapest on the Sunday, like we said with the golds, like we said with the discards. So what you would do is you'd go and buy yourself a bunch of Rods, and the idea is in next week's team of the week, hopefully there will be a lack of high rated informs. Because if there is a lack of high rated informs, what will happen is she'll just rise and rise and rise out of packs, especially if we're in an icon week. Because high rated informs are needed, but they're not supplied. So basically for the last 2 weeks now, high rated informs have done really well. Because last week we had no high rated informs that were SBC FODDER apart from Kane. And this week we kind of have no high rated informs apart from Rod. And because we've gone 2 weeks in a row without high rated informs, that's why all those high rated informs have had brilliant rises in the last 2 weeks, because there's nothing actively in packs, so you've got to use stuff that is in packs. So what we basically do is we're going to go and buy Rods, we'll go and buy Gwynns, and we'll go and buy Williams, and what we'll do is we'll wait till we get to Wednesday, because Team of the Week always gets leaked. And because it always gets leaked, what we can do is we can look at the base gold cards, and we can work out what high rated informs are going to be in the packs, and which ones are probably going to be FODDER, and which ones are going to be meta. So I'm going to give you guys a little guide right now onto what the gold cards get upgraded to into Team of the Weeks. So, for example, 83 rated gold cards get upgraded to an 85 rated team of the week. An 84 rated gold card gets upgraded to an 85 rated team of the week. An 85 rated team of the week gets upgraded, gold card gets upgraded to an 86 rated team of the week. An 84 rated gold card gets upgraded to an 86 rated team of the week. An 86 rated goes to an 87, and you know, so on and so on. Every rating above 85 only gets a +1 with a team of the week. 84 gets up to an 86, and that's the last one where you can get basically +2 on a team of the week. So again, what you need to do is you need to wait till the team weeks leaked, see how many gold cards or see how many high rated team of the weeks who should be discard team of the weeks are going to be in the FODDER team weeks are going to be in the up and coming team week. And if you can identify that there is a lack of high rated discard team of the weeks in the next team of the week, then what you want to do is make sure you hold your high rated team of the weeks. If there seems to be loads of high rated FODDER in the next week team week, again, this was quite a good example of Prop was FODDER, Horan was FODDER, Mane was FODDER, Kovacic was FODDER, Walsh was FODDER, Gaza was FODDER, Lukaku was FODDER. This had Guti was FODDER. These had so many high-rated FODDERs that if we knew this was going to be a team week, we'd probably sell our team of the weeks because they're not going to be good investments if there's so many. But if we went into the following team week from this, which is team of week 5, we could probably have seen there was a bit of FODDER there. if we went into the next one, team week 6, we could have seen that there was a lack of high-rated informs that were fodder in this team, and that fodder would have started, high-rated informs would have started doing well, and that's exactly what they started doing. Yeah, you got Kane, but Kane isn't really going to help those 87-rated teams or an 88-rated team needing a team of the week. So there's a lot more analysis, and it's a little bit more difficult to understand the team of the week fodder trends, but it's all just about seeing what the league team of the week is, seeing how many high-rated informs there are that'll probably be, you know, discard sort of fodder informs, and then deciding, okay, am I going to go and hold for a whole week, or am I going to go and sell in the anticipation of there being lots of high-rated informs and that potentially dropping my current ones. But I'd say that about wraps up the trends for investing in fodder. Again, this should be applicable every single week. If it isn't, I should have a brand new updated version, so do make sure to check out the monthly updates on these videos, helping me with fodder. Thank you very much for watching. I say I do stream about 8 to 9 hours a day, so do feel free to jump over to my Twitch, ask me any questions you don't understand about the fodder investments, or I do actually have on my main channel, where I normally bring up fodder in each video, talking about daily updates on the market. But that is going to be that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.